But one thing I really try to focus on is making the customer feel very comfortable and understanding that they can level with me. Do stuff like, you're like, yeah, this part kind of sucks. What do you think about it? Like just be real with them, and they're like, oh, it's okay. It's okay for me to say things are not great.
All right. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, of course. It's a great day.
It's my honor to have Nan Yu, who is the head of product at Linear. Linear is one of the foremost companies which has earned customer love like very few companies have across all domains in the last few years. And so couldn't imagine a better guest than the person who's responsible for building the product that has earned so much customer love. Nan, thank you for doing this.
Yeah, happy to be here. It's a great day.
So I want to start with, I saw somewhere you written, it's a bug if a customer thinks it's a bug.
Yeah.
And which I think like a very simple, but probably a very accurate definition. I'm curious, like, how has that informed like the shipping culture at Linear, and are there times where that definition is tested?
Yeah, I mean, I think we definitely didn't start with that posture, right? I think I think everyone kind of thinks about bugs like, oh, it has to be an accident to be a bug, or it has to be unintentional to be a bug. And I think that those are good signals, that it signals that there's something to fix if behavior is happening that, you didn't really intend, for it to act that way. But usually that's not how you hear about a bug, right?
Yeah.
You hear about a bug because someone is confused or they complain about it or something. So I think, as you get bigger, as you get more engineers and more people are doing triage and fixing things, you kind of have to get on the same page about what a definition like actually is.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's too many little judgment calls to make.
Yeah.
So the only definition that actually scales is it's a bug if a customer thinks it's a bug.
Yeah. Like, how do you evaluate the pros and cons of like that level of customer centricity in like fixing the quality issues per se immediately versus what you've scoped out and needs to be built, which is also for customers but may get delayed?
Yeah, I think, it's very easy, I think, for a lot of teams, right? That like someone reports a bug and you're like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. And it gets reported over and over again, and then you get used to it, right? And what you don't want to ever do is get used to something that's bad.
Yeah.
Because then you normalize it, and then once you normalize it, then your perception of things is completely divorced from how customers, how users and customers like interact with the product, right? They look at it, they're like, oh, this is just getting in my way every single day.
Yeah.
And you look at it, we're like, well, it's always been there.
Yeah.
And then, if you once you get to that culture, it's like human nature.
Yeah.
Like once you get to that moment, it's very hard to come back from it.
Yeah.
So, part of what we try to do is to fix bugs really early, to really prioritize them above other things. Honestly, so we don't like slip into that pattern.
I'm always like fascinated by how different your approach to like learning from customer feedback is. What are maybe like one or two tips around like how to do like good customer interviews basically that you would want to share?
I think there are too many like specific techniques to necessarily like list out. But one thing I really try to focus on is making the customer feel very comfortable and understanding that they can level with me, right? So like finding out enough about them and like asking them questions and being curious and really showing them, not just like, asking the questions in kind of a robotic way, but really showing them that like you get where they're coming from, because then they'll kind of open up. Like a lot of times what ends up happening in customer interviews is, especially if you're like asking about a product that they're using, is they'll like do this weird thing where they try to like make you happy by telling you everything's great and everything's fine.
Yeah.
Right. And like, so like if you do stuff like, you're like, yeah, this part kind of sucks. What do you think about it? Like just be real with them, and they're like, oh, it's okay. It's okay for me to say things are not great. Right. So that they don't try to be like people pleasing. I think that often people don't think about that aspect of customer interviews, but it really does come into play quite a lot.
As AI continues to scale, have you like changed your mind on or belief on anything in the last 12 months about like what it means to like build good products or scale good companies, like a minority perspective based on how the broader thinking currently is on the market?
I am shocked at how quickly the models have developed and how good they are. So I think it's changed my mind about timelines quite a lot.
Same here.
There's a thing that we say is like, you can just skip to the end now.
Yeah.
Like there's no more incremental building, different versions of the thing that get a little bit better. It's like, look, in 6 months it's going to be 10 times better.
Yeah.
So if you assume that, then don't build, month by month. Just build the thing that you're going to love 6 months from now, because the model will catch up.
Yeah. It's quite a wild time to live in. Cool. I think that's all I have. Nan, thank you so much for doing this.
Thanks.
Yeah.